Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. If you think that on this it's just you and I, no, you are mistaken. We got another nosy Nate here. He's just checking. Oh, he's checking us. So he's. All right, you stay over there, buddy, and relax over there. Or maybe you want to stay here. Ow. Anyway, so we have a little problem in Avdiivka, and Avdiivka is surrounded on three sides. The Russians are ready to conduct their third major offensive as soon as the weather permits, and then we're going to find out how many civilians are still in Avdiivka. I'm going to show you a map and three articles. Let's start with the article where the New Voice of Ukraine reports that this is from today, the 8th of November. You're gonna work with me, okay? Of 8th of November, Wednesday. Avdiivka surrounded on three sides. Russians trying to quote unquote bait Ukrainian artillery into revealing locations. So the information here is Avdiivka surrounded on three sides. The rest, well, if you are interested in this kind of things, Avdiivka is effectively surrounded on three sides, and the Russians are attempting to locate artillery. The city now presents a harrowing sight. It has been leveled to the ground. I said Avdiivka fell about a week ago or so, and now they're just cleaning up. They just pretend. But anyway, he described the relentless nature of the fighting with daily engagements. The Russians constantly attempt assaults, primarily with infantry, but not at every position within the entire Avdiivka sector. So it says, we observe them amassing reserves of around 40,000 personnel, the Russians, accumulating ammunition of all calibers. It is not yet evident that the Russians have abandoned their intentions to surround Avdiivka. Are you crazy? I mean, look at this map. So this is the map of Ukraine, and Avdiivka is right here. Now I'm going to show you the situation over there, and you tell me that the Russians are abandoning. So these are the Russians right here, and this is Avdiivka. This is the only road that comes in and out of Avdiivka, where the supplies or refugees go out. And they're telling us that the Russians abandoned their intention to surround Avdiivka. Are you crazy? I mean, I think the things are obvious here on the map. So let's go back to this article. So we got about 40,000 personnel. All right, let's see what it's right here. It says that the Russians have recently been deploying small units for attacks, typically 10 to 20 people. This is how they try to detect the defense. What do you call them? What do you call them right here? The Ukrainian artillery, that's the word I was looking for. So recently have been deploying small units for attacks. Ukrainian forces detect these units, and subsequently Ukrainian artillery begins to disassemble them. That is, these guys are used as bait. This is basically what the Ukrainians are saying, that the Russians are sending 10 to 20 people to be blown up so they can figure out where the artillery are and blow them. I mean, really, okay, like we're still in the Stalin's time. But hey, this is war. Everything is possible. And I'm quoting, why are they doing this? When their assault group advances, they deploy a large number of UAVs. As our artillery engages the infantry, they attempt to pinpoint the location of the Ukrainian artillery. This is a kind of a bait game. Well, that's true. Let's move to the next article. The New Voice of Ukraine. Russians to launch third wave of Avdiivka offensive as soon as the weather improves. So this is November 7th, yesterday. The Russians will launch the third wave of Avdiivka offensive in Donetsk Oblast as soon as the weather improves, the city military, blah, blah, blah. He acknowledged the difficulty of the situation near the Avdiivka coke and chemical plant. Remember coke? All right, we're going to use it in the third article. But assured that the Ukrainian armed forces are in control. What that means, it's very different from probably what it is. So the enemy has no breakthroughs. Okay, and we're going to go to the last article here. And this again comes from the New Voice of Ukraine from today, November 8th, 2023. Last Avdiivka coke plant workers evacuated. Civilians remain in the city last shelter. So city's last shelter. And I'm going to tell you how many civilians remain in a last shelter. So all these signs reveal a Ukrainian failure and the Russians' success in Avdiivka, which I think they will just push them out. As I said, it's just a cleanup operation right now. I said this about a week ago when I said Avdiivka fell, or maybe more than a week ago, when I read the signs. Ooh. Okay, let's see what's going on here. The last 16 employees of the Avdiivka coke and chemical plant who were maintaining the plant were evacuated on November 7th. Avdiivka military administration head has told. According to Barabash, 17 civilians are still refusing to evacuate. They must be Russians. And remain in the only surviving shelter in the city. 17 people. Everybody else is out. All right. Well, not all right, because a lot of people died, obviously. But what do you want? Since the beginning of the Russian offensive in Avdiivka, the losses of the occupation forces in Donetsk Oblast amounted to 6,500 soldiers. Okay, how many Ukrainians died? We're not going to tell you. So let me just show you a little video that I made regarding Avdiivka. And right here. This is the 26th of October when I said, ready, set, and go. Here it is, the third one. I was right. Avdiivka collapses, turned into ruins like Marinka. October 26th. And here's probably Ukrainians order evacuation or something. Let's see. Ukrainian official confirms. So this is on October 25. Again, the Russians flattened, destroyed Avdiivka. Ukrainians leave the town. And now we have what? 16, not 6,500, 16 civilians are still refusing. That's all what you got. The 16 employees are out. So my friends, if you look over the map, and why not? Let's look over it. What the hell? The situation is, I think it's already dead. These guys control who comes in, who gets out. And it's just a matter of cleanup operations here. So, my friends, this is it. We're gonna find out what's next. I assume it's gonna be Marinka, which is right down here. They've been fighting for Marinka for some time, and it seems like the Marinka is already occupied here. They've never been so deep into. Oh, let me show you this right here. Marinka, right here, and Avdiivka is north of Marinka. So right here is Avdiivka, and here is Marinka. Maybe you heard this before. And then you have Artemovsk, Bakhmut. After Artemovsk, right here, it's all gone. The Wagner group took over it. So here it is, cleanup operation. That's what it is. Thank you very. I think those guys should just say we're leaving, or they try to leave. But from what I read from other articles, the Ukrainians can leave about 4 or 5 people during the night. Groups, small groups, because they're under constant bombardment. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.